Good morning, everyone. So, first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Marcos Fava Neves, for this special invitation. It's an honor to be here, and also get this opportunity to congratulate him and his team for bringing IFAMA first time ever in Brazil. So, congratulations, acknowledge you and your team, Marcos Fava. And also congratulate and thank you, Professor Dr. Décio, for leading this panel and the opportunity to be with Dr. Brian. Welcome to our country, Dilvo and Juliano. So we hope to have a great time here together. So if we can have the presentation, please. So my job here is try to represent two organizations that I'm involved. One is our association called the Sugarcane, and the other is a cooperative, agricultural cooperative called Coplana. Both organizations are not far from here, half an hour. So basically we have 70 years old for one, and the other is 63 years old. Our main job, I don't think the presentation comes, however, we can keep going. So I have been as part of, oh, wonderful, thank you. I have been part of these both organizations since 2014, and I'm a grower also, and have sat into both of board of directions. And I will share with you guys here this morning two main messages and two cases that we have developed in the last decades for one, and fresh, a new case that we are going to launch here and share with you guys. So basically, let's put the context. This is the new consumer. So the consumer, not only here, but around the world, having a new generation, the alpha generation that is going to close this year and representing at this final year 2.5 billion people. So if you think about 8.2, 8.3 billion people nowadays, we are going to have the largest generation in our society. And they are bringing differentiation and way to consume. So I just share 4 points, main points that you guys can probably see and check. The convenient. Nobody wants to peel a fruit. Remember the last time you bought a watermelon? So we are changing, and this generation and the generation previously have changed the way to see the food as a convenient. So fast, rapid, I want to just grab and eat. So if we can have small pieces of watermelon, oh, that will be great. And no seeds, wow, fantastic. Healthiness. If we can have our food as a way to prevent disease and to have a better life, oh, that's something that we will looking for. Traceability. Where this food comes from? How was raised? How was produced? Where is the farmer? I want to see that. And if it's possible, I want to have a QR code on the label that I can scan rapidly and take me straight to the field where this orange was produced. That's the mindset that we have seen. And also sustainable. We are here for this. So this is the new consumer, the tendencies, the trends that we have seen. That comes in a world that we have three main challenges. First, food security. So we know the target. We know every time we have a war, and I have a chance to live abroad in a country that has no food enough for supply their own population. I know what does it mean. Sometimes living in Brazil, for us, it's kind of comfortable because we can grow 365 days a year, and we have a bunch of diversity and different kinds of food. But for those that are not in Brazil and not in countries that have an agriculture, livestock, poultry as greater as we have here, they have some problems to face, especially governments. Second, climate change. we know our job, we know our target. So greenhouse gases, we know the mandatory targets that we have. The countries are signing this. That's the reason we are going to host the COP30 in the next semester in Belém do Pará, just to discuss weather. We are looking for bioenergy and make a transition as smooth as we can, having fossil, having oil, gas, coal, to the bioenergy, biomass. And this is something that Brazil can help countries and help the world how to make the transition. We have used ethanol in our cars since the 70s. And so we have something to share and to help the world. And also, having these three main challenges, there is a huge uncertainty nowadays. So we don't know how it's going to happen tomorrow in terms of geopolitical stuffs. And we are in the middle of this confusion. So comes the farmer. I'm one of them. I'm a grower. I grow sugarcane, I grow peanuts, I grow soybean. My farm is a family farm not far from here, so 40 minutes from here. So you are all invited to follow me, and I can show you guys our production. And also representing our organizations here, that we have 1,200 people involved, 1,200 farmers involved. So basically, farmer, it's taking risks. Taking risks in terms of weather first, in terms of law, if you think about our country, but I don't want to go further in this subject, in this field. I have a friend, close friend of mine, and he's also a farmer, and he used to say that agriculture is a company with no roof. So we are all the time exposed to the weather conditions. That has been very tough for us. Second, grower is looking for value creation. So why we grow? First, we are passionate for this, but it's must not be only romantic, only an emotional connection. It's our job. We have families. We need to feed them. So must be profitable, but not in the way that we had the agriculture in the past, but we are always in a transition process. That's the reason I left two letters E for the ESG agenda, because beyond the environmental that we must protect, and we have done that, beyond the social conditions that we have, at least having the law cover those, under the governance, we must have profits. We must be profitable in the way that we do, the way that we grow and we make agriculture. So that's the reason I provoke and bring two letters E, just to not forget about the economic value. And third, the economic scale pressure. That's come our organization in the two cases. So as you guys can see here, basically we have the sugarcane grower size. What is the main point here? We have few largest growers, and we have the majority related to small and medium-sized growers for sugarcane. As Dr. Brian just presented, as the map coming from 100 years from now, so we clearly see the number of farmers being decreasing, and the size of those farms would increase in the same time. So that's the reason we are here, the organization. Because if you guys take a look, we are going to see the two first bars related to a grower that represents 90%. And for those, they have individually less than 60 hectares. That for sugarcane, it's tough to be profitable, to have economic value, having this size for sugarcane. If it was carrot, if it was lettuce, oh, this guy would be maybe the largest carrot grower, but it's sugarcane, and we must be bigger. Or we add value, we get together and do business better. So that comes Our system. So 50 years ago, our co-op that was only focused on sugarcane, starting to see a great opportunity to have a window between the last sugarcane field and the new one that is going to be planted a couple months later. So basically we have 6, sometimes 7, 8 months where the land it's totally available for another crop. That's come our first case, the peanut. For those growers that were small in sugarcane, they became huge. They became stronger in terms of growing, but not only focusing sugarcane. Now they have peanut as an additional crop to be harvested, to be profitable, and the cooperative is in the middle, Coplana, and try to help our farmer, Edival, and his family to stay on farm. If it was not the peanut, I know that Edival wouldn't be farming anymore. If he was only focused on sugarcane, he was not in the farm anymore. He would be out of the game because economy scale. So peanut brought to Edival and other growers the opportunity to have an extra cash flow in a timeline that we don't have the sugarcane harvest being done by the mills, and also keep them in the farm. What is the point? First, certification. Now Edival is not responsible for only grow peanuts. I mean only, it's not only. He grows peanut. Beyond that, he's connected to the food industry, supplying the best peanuts ever. Like in Georgia, in US. You guys here are in our Georgia, São Paulo state. 80% of our peanut is growing here in our state. So we have the co-op making a bridge between Edival and other growers to the market, to the companies that you guys can see that it's always looking for sustainability, looking for quality. And
Rossato,
also,
we have 5 minutes to go.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Always a positive view. Great.
Of course. So that's the first case. The sustainability that we promoted, having peanuts not only as a raw material, but now ingredient supplier. Second case, grower needs money. And nowadays, in Brazil, I would say it's always tough to get competitive money from banks, considering our inflation that is historical. It's something that we deal every single year. So basically, this is the second case and has been launched the last 3 years. So basically, we have the grower in the left side looking for money to be borrowed and to buy inputs. This bank, it's our cooperative. It's a credit bank that we have our producers, one of those members. So the farmer goes to the bank and get the money. But now comes our association that can have a certification for those growers and try to give them a score in the stairs of what we call as a sustainability journey. So basically, the farmer starts in an attention point and goes until Bom Sucro, that represents nowadays the benchmark certification for sugar producers. So basically, every time the grower step up in this stair, they get a percentage less of costs for this money borrowed from the cooperative credit bank. So basically, we can access the credit cheaper as we go further in our sustainability journey. Socicana helps this certification have audit being doing, and have the banking collect this information and try to involving those growers in a competitive and sustainable money. So that's our second case, and what we have done in terms of collaboration, having Sugarcane and Coplana as two main organizations, having the growers and keeping them sustainable and profitable on the fields. I thank you so much.